marry? No. Thanks, but
Daddy, I meet good man. Good man have enough money. I want to marry him.
I said thanks, but nah. No.
From Jamaica.
Yo, shut up. No. Don't force me to hear that story.
But hold on.
This podcast is brought to you by Ethiopia Life Herbals, where cannabis and culture combine for one-of-a-kind experience. Visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across on the Canadian Embassy. Also follow them on Instagram at Ethiopia Life, or visit their webpage at ethiopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. This podcast is also brought to you by
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and you can check them out at 23 West Stradeway in Portmore. And you can use my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next purchase.
Also have to big up Shortcut Barbers, located at 9 Brunstoff Square for the sharpest of cuts. Shing. Go hit up Shortcut Barbers. You can go follow Steve right there. Go give us subscribe to his new YouTube channel, by the way. Big up yourself, Steve. Also, we have to big up our Patreons. Of course, we're going to use this time to encourage people to join our Patreon. They get full content, exclusive content, first access to content. Become a patron, and the patrons that are there right now, them can tell you how over this are nice. Of course, I have to big up all our patrons, but we give special big ups to DB and Tamagood. Big up on yourself. Of course, I have to plug the merch, people. Get the black tee with the white logo, the blue tee with the faded logo, the fixed mask, the fixed mug, and the Fixed Things merch all up on the site.
And I want to give a special shout out to Kevin Novik, who sent me a photo of himself wearing our fixed shirt. So big up you, Kevin Novik Harris. Yes. And that's Kevin Harris 19 on Instagram. So if you do buy or shirt, you can also send us our merch, whatever merch you can send us, and we're gonna definitely shout you out. So again, big up Kevin Novik Harris. Thank you so much.
You can be like Kevin and get your merch at teespring.com/stores/thefixja. Shadow is a person who has been in the industry for several years, and people might not know that Shadow has a lot of stories within dancehall. So much so I feel that if Shadow were to write a book, it would be a very successful book. Shadow, you care to share any of these stories, any such stories that people may not know about with you in dancehall?
All right, tell you what, let me give you a couple of quick stories.
Okay.
Because I know time is of the essence.
It is.
All right, let me. So this is 16 years, 95 countries later.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole
humble brag.
And a whole series of stories. But shout out to Steve Urchin. He said he traveled 125 countries. I was like, that's impressive. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. Yes. So shout out Steve. Big up. Right. I'm only at 95.
There's a new book out right now on Amazon. Go copy it.
I think the only continent I've not been to is Antarctica. But yeah.
Oh, see?
Right. But to the stories. So I think it was 2019. It was 2019. We were January 2019. Bugle's birthday was coming up. So, I was secretly planning a birthday party for him. And call all the guys and say, listen, we're planning a birthday party for Bugle. We're just going to go around here and surprise him. And so just kind of, keep it low key. So we're like, all right, cool, no problem. So the day of the birthday, my phone ring. I see Bugle. So I say, all right, I answer the phone. What's up? When I answer the phone, all I hear him say is, yo, me hear someone a plan birthday bangarang, but all me I tell someone say, I'm not calling my name, all me I tell someone say, no man a carry no NEC, a better man carry a tomato, carry a pound of rice, carry some scallion, anything. Right, no man a bring no smoke and a drink come around here. All right, cool. Hang up the phone.
Who spoiled the birthday surprise?
I'm like, all right,
that's not
cool.
gonna be a party.
I'm like,
then.
whoa. All right. So anyway, I message everybody in the group, and I'm like, as a bunch of, the anointed family, and I said, listen, Bobo just called me, and I don't know what happened or what they're squealing, but the man said, listen, don't bring no drink and smoke. The man saying, You know, anything you can bring, whether onion, piece of thyme, some scallion, rice, chicken, whatever it is, just bring it. Anyway, told everybody, and the following morning we all arrived there. No, sorry, later in the day we all arrived there. And everybody brought everything, and then he was like, all right, cool, everybody reach, cool, all right. So here what we're going to do now. We're going to cook, and we're going to go feed the street people on his birthday. So he's like, people can deal with plan for this.
I wanted a big time ass in my face.
We never planned for this. But anyway, so we say, all right, cool. We complied. We did that. We cooked the food, did everything, packed them up in the car. We drove through the city and was delivering food. When we got to New Kingston, I remember we were handing out food, and I saw a young lady, and I said, would you like something to eat? And she said no. And I said, but have you eaten? She said no. I said, well, it's food and we cooked it and it's good food. We're not trying to poison you or anything. She said no. I said, all right, cool. I said, what you want? And she just kind of just stood there. And I'm like, what you want? And she said, a hug. It's like, a hug? I'm thinking, this girl probably don't bathe in like a week or 2 or 3.
I can't believe he said it.
And I'm thinking it in my head, and I'm like,
no, I can't believe you said it out loud. No.
and I'm like, God, she's giving off an odor, and I'm just like, oh. And I'm like, I'm a nice, good clothes, and I'm just like, God. But I don't know, something in my head just say hug her. And I said, all right, I complied and gave her a hug, and she just started crying. And I said, well, me all right? And she's like, no, I'm not. I just need love.
Wow.
And then basically while I was just there holding her, she let me know that apparently they had killed a couple members of our family from a community because some gangsters had taken over, and they had apparently asked her family what side them aligned to, and they were just like, listen, we're not about that life. And they killed her family members, and she had to run away.
Jesus.
Right. And then she ended up on the street just being homeless. Nothing was wrong with her, but she basically just, as I said, she just was just out there just battling for her life.
Yeah.
And for me, it was probably one of the most humbling experience, because I said to myself, look at that. You know, we were there planning to rave on all of this, and then this whole thing turned out, and then this happened. And I'm like, you see, sometimes you see people in these predicaments and we think, you know, we don't know their story.
True.
And for me, it was just a very telling moment. And so I try whenever I see people to not judge them without knowing. So for me, that was really one of the really telling moments for me in dancehall. Then there was
there's one more I ask about specifically.
Right. There was this then.
There's one. I know you're not going to talk
another
about.
Interesting one was
ignoring you.
we went to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call the artist name because, you know, I don't want to debase them, right? So we went to Ethiopia. We were there, and we're staying in this really nice hotel. Guys are there, whole team, them trash the hotel.
Wow.
You know, I'm telling you, drink, smoke, everything, throw down liquor, throw away clothes all over, you name it. Food on the ground, they trash the hotel.
How much of them were there?
Right.
40?
Huh? How many who? Think you're slick. Right. No, so we're there, they trash the hotel. So the next morning, when I got in the room, because I wasn't in the room, I got in the room and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna throw us out of the hotel. Yeah. Right? Because this is unacceptable. Right? So I was just like, you know what? Let me try see if I can fix this. Anyway, so doorbell rang, housekeeping. So I rushed to the door and held the door and I said, morning. And she said, morning. And I was like, before I let you inside, can I just say something to you? All right. I know the room is supposed to be a particular way, but it is far from what it's supposed to look like. I'm asking you nicely, can you not report it? And I will just try to, appease you for that. All right? And she said, oh, sure. All right, cool. And she come in, she saw the room. You could see she was like, whoa.
Wait,
what was happening in here?
Wait, hold on, nigga.
Right?
You never said this.
I'm gonna need some help.
So she came in and, I left and she cleaned the room. She said, okay, you can come back in about, 40 minutes. I was like, okay. So she literally cleaned the room. When I came back and opened the door, you would have never believed that the room was trash.
Speak and span.
Spotless.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa. So I went. So I was like, all right, cool. Went in my pants pocket and I took out 100 US and I give it to her.
Not enough.
And I said, thank you.
Not enough.
And I said, thank you. And she was like, no. And I was like, no, man, have it. So I hold her hand and put it in it. I said, no, man, have it. It's all right. It's cool. And she said, no, you sure? I said, yeah, sure. Took the money and she left. The next day,
I'll fire bills me now.
the next day,
Hush money.
she came back and knocked on the door. So I opened the door and I was like, what's up? I said, we didn't request housekeeping. I tried to make sure that the room was fine. She said, no. You have a second? I said, sure, what's up? She said, can you come out the room? I said, no. Why? Come in. She said, no, I with people. I said, so look out and I see a bunch of people. So I said, no, man, sorry, they can't come in the room. So she brought them in the room. And then when she brought them in the room, she introduced me to the guy who was her father. And her father said to me that this is my daughter, and if you're interested, you can marry her.
Got it clear. Where that plot twist come from?
It was the father, the mother, and 2 kids plus herself. So apparently I was like, marry? No. Thanks, but
Daddy, I meet good man. Good man have enough money. I want to marry him.
I said thanks, but nah.
No. From Jamaica.
No, shut up. No. Don't force me to hear that story.
No, hold on.
Which
Yeah.
country this?
Ethiopia. So hold on.
Javi, I get like an Eastern European accent.
West Africa.
No. So let me tell you what really happened.
Yo, do it again, Jazz.
Good man have
No.
enough
For
money.
real?
Yeah, for real. So let me tell you what happened. Apparently, what I didn't know, and that I found out this after I left.
Is it something about
They
the
left.
culture?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Apparently, when you are like ancillary staff, your monthly salary is 20 US.
So you give
I think right now
Five
the
times
monthly salary. The monthly salary now, I think, for people who are like ancillary staff in Ethiopia is like 73 US. No.
But at the time it was 20.
Yeah, it was like 20.
And you gave her 5
And I
times
gave her
that.
$100. So that was like 5 months' salary.
One time.
And he was like, no, you can marry my daughter and take her back. It's okay. And I'm like, Pops, thanks, but
Son of pops.
nah.
It's funny.
And I went in my pocket and I actually gave the 2 kids 5 US.
Yo, shall stop. You know, sister, I'm getting there in first place.
I gave them
They were
Why you give more money?
They were betrothed. They were engaged.
No,
they're
but remember,
they're
you know-
actually a family now.
Yeah, but remember, I didn't know this until after they left, you know.
Yeah.
So I was just talking, and I was like,
Oh, so you just give more money now?
Yeah, so I was just like, that's the kids, and I was like, oh, give them 5 US each.
Oh, God.
And I was like, no, thanks, but you know,
Imagine
she
how
did,
she
and I was like, no, your daughter
excited.
did a great job. Thank you very much. Thank you. And they left. And it's when I asked somebody there to tell me, and I was like, oh damn, and I'm like, look at that, cheese.
Look what you done stuck at Ethiopia.
Which stuck at Ethiopia, we come back to Jamaica with 2 penny and a wife.
No, but I'm just saying, no, the kids, no man, remember it's a daughter, you know, the kids.
Oh,
It
kids
was
were
the man
brother.
and his daughter,
His
the man and his
father.
wife, and then it was her and her 2 younger siblings.
Oh, it's siblings,
Right.
not her kids.
Right, it's
Oh.
not her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, so I look at that and I was like, boy, imagine so many times I'm complaining about so many things. And yet still you have people out there who have so little and they're so grateful, and we
Yeah.
have so much sometimes and we're still complaining.
True.
So it was a
True.
really humbling experience for me. And I was just like, man, jeez, really need to change my perspective.
Father, you
One-
have to
oh,
come
oh.
and meet him.
And how old was her? How she look? You
I
probably don't know
think
the
she
exact age.
probably was maybe about 23 or so.
See?
Yeah.
Your man ready for marry.
She look good.
No, man, she was solid.
So shall they never feel tempted at all?
No.
Shut up your marriage, and he's like,
That,
wait, if I could just be with her.
Just the offer her body, you know.
Birth
so,
tonight. Well, I'm like, good
No,
father,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
prostituting that dirty bitch.
Marry my daughter.
and then I would say, like, the final story I'll give you was was in Florida. You know, in dancehall, you always see the artists, they sing all of these gangster songs, and
Yeah.
you're like, these guys are some tough dudes, and you're like, man, you really don't want to mess with them like that. But anyway, so we're in Florida with a group. I'm not gonna call the name or the individual. So we're there, and
It's a group. We can narrow it down.
no. When I say group, I mean as it was an artist with several
I
individuals,
see,
right?
of course.
And so we were there in Florida. I think it was I'm trying to remember, Fort Lauderdale to be exact. So we were in Fort Lauderdale, and we were staying at I think it was the Marriott Spring Hill, right? So the guys wanted to go outside and smoke. They wanted to smoke, so we had to go outside. So we went outside into the parking lot area. So there's a lot of vegetation and trees and stuff. So they out there, everybody in the flip-flop and slides and chilling and smoking and reasoning and thing. And then I heard boop, like something drop on the ground. So when something drop, I go like that. I said, oh, look, it's a iguana. So by the time I said, hey, look, it's a iguana.
Every man cut.
And I said, I'm telling you, Usain Bolt on his best day would have ran dead last to these guys on his best day.
Sorry, you can call man.
Nah, I'm telling you, on his best day, Usain Bolt would have ran last to everybody.
Yeah.
I say a dust cloud.
For a minute, I thought these guys had like teleportation powers.
Yeah, I know.
They literally just went and disappeared.
Instant transmission.
And I'm like, I don't know. But I look, but the truth is that I get it. You know, I spent some time in Trinidad and I'm accustomed to iguanas.
Yeah.
But I get it because the iguana was probably about
It does sound like he heavy. Craig
about,
goes a boop.
it was about 6 feet from head to tail.
Well, a 6 foot.
Yeah, about 6 feet.
A 6 foot iguana.
One them must have said, bomb!
Yes. No, they grow massive, man. Yeah, about 6 foot. Yeah. From head to tail.
That bigger than me, no shout out. Bigger than me. My 5'6".
So I see it and I was like, hey.
You're short.
And trust me. So for a minute I was like, no man, I look like I need to take a flight to California or something and go talk to Marvel about enlisting these guys into the next X-Men series or something because these guys have powers. And later when I saw them, I was like, hey, what's up with that? And all a man says like, yo, I'm gonna run lizard joke. And that was it. Nothing else said.
Remember say
Yeah,
a croaky lizard and ground lizard we used to know what iguana go.
Yeah, like funny if one of them take out them gun and shoot at it.
No, it was a massive lizard, you know, massive, but yeah.
No.
So I get it.
Good.
I get it. And as a matter of fact, there was a female dancehall artist who was actually walking towards us when it dropped out of the tree. And trust me,
Yeah,
she
man.
made a U-turn and head for the lobby, screaming at the top of her voice. Gangway! She was like top speed out of there. So I was the only one, and I was like, Okay, alright, cool. I was like, nice Iguana.
Oh, Mr. Tough
bad
Guy.
man image.
Mr. Tough Guy over here.
I'm like,
Tough guy.
It's the tough guy.
I'm like, man, these guys sing all these tough songs, and you think like, yo, these guys are ruthless. Like, no, they're not.
I respect their flight system.
Yeah.
You know, there is no need to
I'm
fight.
telling you, Usain Bolt on his best day,
Could
Beijing
never.
2008 summer, he would have ran dead last to these guys. Dead last.
Yeah, me while you ride the tall bamboo. If I know you, who you want me coming at? If I know you, it's all on you. If I give you this, girl, it's all on you. The force, melanin popping, ooh, they can never compete with. I love the way you style and the way you smile. Real life, me gon' make you believe. Hustle for the money, so we a go be rich. And you care in a mansion where me a pray. Babies, me do it. My family, them know me stay, oh. Me not fi sleep on so me day, oh.
That you didn't go back. Good thing I saved me instead. Going through the motion.
Emotional, you shoulda ghost me, know you haunted.